Hello, people of the internet. My name is Maximilian, and welcome back to another Warframe video. Today, we are doing a build guide on what I believe is the most underrated tank in the game to date. We're going over the Immortal Monkey King, the only Warframe to actually have a butt. We're doing WUKONG. So, way back in the day, about a year ago, when I first started doing videos, I decided to do a bit of a challenge between tanks to see what I found to be the most tanky character in the game. And after a long amount of time, I decided Inaros. Inaros was a frame that I sort of went over and I looked at and I went, yeah, I can work with that. I can see why he's tanky. I mean, Nidus, I went over, I said, I can see why he's tanky, but I don't see why everyone thinks he's the best tank. Rhino, I went over and just sort of went, he's tanky, but only in certain situations. And Wukong, I looked at and went, he's not tanky. He couldn't take a hit if he tried, but about a month ago, I saw him sitting in my arsenal, gathering dust, and I thought, well, I might as well do a video on him and see what I dig up. Lo and behold, he is now the most tanky frame I have ever used, for the sole reason that he literally cannot die. So, before we get into this build guide, I would like to remind you all to like, comment, and subscribe. Every subscription helps, every comment helps, every liked video helps this channel out and helps me move forward towards my goal of becoming a true and full YouTuber. That being said, let us get right into this. So, for this Wukong, it's going to be a sort of an obvious build. Let's look at the abilities. So, the only ability you need to care about in any case is this one, Defy. Iron Jab you'll never use. Cloudwalker you can use in long survivals, but I really don't. I don't see the point of it. It doesn't seem that useful to me unless you're doing a full AFK to go, I don't know, do chores or something, and then I guess it's really useful. And Primal Fury, its damage is so obscenely low that there's no point in actually trying to use it, so I don't even bother. His passive is actually kind of useful with increased combo duration, but like I said, all we care about is his Defy. So, with a rank 3 Defy, that's what it's got. 5 seconds invulnerable at 5 energy a second. Pretty taxing, but when you build him for duration and efficiency, this is what you get. 13.4 seconds to be exact, of invulnerability when you die, and it only drains 1.31 energy a second. Cost us 35, but that doesn't really matter. So, let us look at how I got this build, as well as the other items that I have in this build. So, let us go through and actually make this for you. So the first thing we need to go over, of course, is an aura. I'm going to stick on Steel Charge because extra melee damage is always good. Second thing we're going to stick on there is our enemy sense, because honestly, when you're doing a solo, having enemy sense and being able to see where all the big groups of enemies are, it's just really useful. Now, let's look at mod drive. So the first thing we need to stick on is a primed continuity. Why? More duration. What more do you need to know? So, and now the next thing that's on here is our Hunter, Adrenaline, and Rage. Now the reason I'm putting both of these on here is because it allows me to keep my Defy active longer without having to reset it, because I regenerate more energy off of less health. That's all you really need to know. I mean, what more do you need? What more would you want to ask? After that, on the Vizarin, of course, I have my Vitality. Now, the reason I have Vitality is because more health means more Defy. Because it only procs at 0.75% or 75% of your max HP. So, the more health you have, the longer you can keep your Defy active, and the less you have to worry about it. Narrow-minded, more duration. Range doesn't affect it at all, so Might as well have it on there. After that, we have our primed flow. Primed flow, more energy. Not much else to ask. Ability duration. Once again, not much more to ask. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You can choose between sticking on fleeting expertise and having 160 efficiency and only 204 duration, or you can do what I did. So, first of all, let me show you what it looks like with that. So, 1.25, 10.2 seconds, 1.75, right? With only 51 seconds of duration. But, if you just drop this and stick on our little streamlined here, and go back and look at it again, it gains 0.08 energy a second. Practically nothing, right? And so, why would you want to lose the 60% duration? I mean, you just gained a huge amount of time on this. More than 10 seconds. But, we can take this even farther, because some of you noticed that I put on a mod, Augur Duration, instead of a different mod. We can actually go here and put on, where is it? We can actually go in here and put on Constitution instead of Augur Message in order to get even more. Now, if you think you can deal with it, you can drop off a rage, stick on this, to max out this build at 1.25, 1.75, with max duration and everything. I personally want to keep on the rage, just because with the rage, I don't have to worry about the amount of energy I'm using at all. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could probably just drop off the vitality and stick on. You could probably stick it on there, but the variant you choose is your opinion. This is what I run. I took it for, I think it was 5.5 hours in MOT about 2 weeks ago. I don't have any pictures and I don't have the video editing software to show it to you guys. But I went for 5.5 hours solo on MOT before my Warframe started to crash. And it wasn't even my Warframe; it was actually my damage. Now, just for a little bit of a extra boost, I stick on an Arcane Grace, just for that extra regeneration every now and then. It's kind of useful, but because of the nature of this ability, it has one major flaw. And this is going to be a big point here. It is easily destroyed by Nullifier Crewmen, which at late game MOT are both prominent and deadly. They will, as soon as this Defy goes down around an enemy and it hits you, you will die. I do not care what you have. You're dead. Straight up. Gone. Just blasted into... You've been particleized, literally. There's nothing left of you. So, in order to deal with that, I went to ye old Miter. And for those of you who don't know, Miter has a very interesting augment called Neutralizing Justice, which, as you can see there, each Miter blade has a 90% chance to immediately destroy a nullifier field. Don't know what the Justice proc does. It doesn't actually pertain to me, and I don't worry about it. But, in order to maximize the efficiency of this build, I put on a split chamber, as well as Vigilant Armaments, meaning I have 180% base chance to destroy a nullifier field. So, 50% chance of shooting 3, 100% chance of shooting 2 shots. Really useful. You don't need Deceleration. Honestly, I have the Magazine Warp for more capacity, Ammo Drum for more max capacity, and honestly, I would just build for reload speed and how much you actually have in each clip. That's all you need to worry about, because the more you have in each clip, the less you have to reload, less you have to worry about it. Now, onto the weapon. This will be your main form of damage. Atarax, classic build, Berserker, Maiming Strike, Blood Rush build. there isn't really much to say, but be aware that in Damage 3.0, apparently the Atarax, as well as a lot of other whips and the pole arms, are getting debuffed, and possibly even Maiming Strike as well. So, for those of you who are looking for a suitable fix to this, I have, in fact, found one. I would recommend Galatine. Slightly more impact and puncture, significantly more slash, and for those of you who aren't lazy like me and will actually go and get to rank 16, MR16 I mean, you can get Galatine Prime and have even more awesomeness. Now, as far as your Shade, honestly, as far as your Sentinel, I mean, honestly, I would say go with Worm Prime if you have it, or just regular Worm, because you can stick on it
Tenno,
something
there's
called...
a time limit mission alert available. Check navigation.
Go away, Lotus. There is a mod you can put on it for the worm called Reawaken that makes it so that every 90 seconds, I believe, it respawns, and that's all it says, meaning that it can activate over and over and over again. So you don't have to worry about primed regen or anything like that. And I have it on there because Animal Instinct gives you loot radar, which is useful, but it also gives you 18 enemy radar, which is extremely useful because it means that it pairs very nicely with our enemy sense. Now, why we have that, a lot of people on the internet have been going over this recently, and what they have found is that enemy sense, when enemies are on your radar and you can see them on your radar, they're aggroed to you. Even if they can't attack you and they can't see you, they aggro on you, and so they'll run towards you instead of walking around randomly. So it helps in solo survival a lot. So, without any further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Navigation has been updated with new regions. Chaos is spreading.
For the love of God, Lotus. You may be a fake, but I will end you. As I was saying, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment, and tell me what you think of it. And I will see you all in the next video.